Hello guys, this is another interesting lead code problem, 763 partition labels. So in this case what we are given is basically a string of number of characters and number of characters, and we need to divide this whole string into a number of partitions so that an element can occur in only one partition. Suppose in this partition we have elements A, B and C. So this A, B and C cannot like E cannot occur in any of the remaining partition. Similarly, B cannot occur in any of the remaining partition. Same for the C as well. And in this case, we have a few elements like D, E, F, G. You can also notice that D, E, F, G is not contained in any of the remaining partitions. Similarly, for this H, I, J, K, L. So H, I, J, K, L, any of the elements is not occurring in the other remaining partitions, right? So finally we need to return the output as the length of the partitions. So here we had made 3 partitions. So first length is 9, second is 7, and then third length is 8. So let us see how we can solve this problem. So let us start from the first element, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, C, A, D, E, F. So there are some remaining elements. So let us start at this element. So if we want to include this in our first partition, then we should include all the A's in this partition itself, right? So however number of A's are there, all needs to be included in this partition itself. So ideally what we can think of is we need to increase the length of this partition till the last element, till the last occurrence of A. But we cannot fix this size as of now, because there might be some other elements between this A and this A. Suppose B is there, which might extend this partition a little bit. So currently we have just temporarily fixed the size of our first partition till this last occurrence of A. Now let us see B's last occurrence is over here. So it is well within this partition which you have already selected. So we can ignore B for now. A we have already got it, B we have already got it. C is again the last occurrence of C is well within the boundary you have selected for the partition, right? So for this till now, for all these elements we have got our first partition. So in this case, like A is within this range, all the occurrences of A are within this range, all occurrences of B are within this range, and all occurrences of C are also within this range. So we have got our first partition. Now suppose we have to look for the remaining elements. So yeah, we can continue later. So here we can see that D, let us see the last occurrence of D. So last occurrence of D is here. So let us include till that those number of elements into our second partition. So but we cannot fix this partition as of now, because there might be some other elements inside these two within these two elements that might increase this partition a little bit more. So that is the case which is happening for E. So E has the last occurrence over here, right? So we need to extend this partition till the last occurrence of E. Now F last occurrence is this is the only occurrence of F, and E we have already got it. G also, this is the only occurrence of G. So we can say that all the elements in this range are within this partition. D has 2 occurrences and this is within this partition. E has 3 occurrences and this is within this partition. So we have rightfully got our second partition. And now we can similarly continue for the remaining elements as well, and we can check that this is the third partition we have got. So basically we need to find for a particular element we need to find the last occurrences of that element, and we need to store that in a set. In a dictionary we can basically store it. Set will not be the correct choice. So in a dictionary we can store basically the element along with its last occurrence. So here index, we can store the index basically 1 2 3 4 5 6, 7, 8. So 8 is the last occurrence of A. The index 8 we can store it in the hash set. And for similarly for B also we can store the last index, that is 5. For C the last index is 7. So in this case we keep on iterating the array and we store the last occurrence, and for each and every element we try to check what is the last occurrence and see if whatever the partition range you have selected is within that last occurrence or not. If it is not, then we can just increase the range a little bit more, and then we can continue in the same way. So this is how we solve this partition labels. Thank you. Please look out for the second part of this tutorial so that you can get to know how to code it. Thank you.